Hey there, everyone. Waiting for the feed to catch up. So I'm hopping in. I have so much that I want to say and that I want to share and that I want to tell you right now. So much, so much. And I'm going to keep it short and to the point because I know that it's hard to try to fit everything in at the same time. Hopping in here for a couple of reasons. One of which is to talk with you about the way that an opportunity that you have, that we all have in working through this corona situation. But first, I want to say that what is happening right now is like a total, it's like a mind warp, right? You get in a good place, you feel like you have a handle on it, and you're in a good headspace, you know what you need to do, and then all of a sudden you see a whole bunch of shit on Facebook and you're like, oh my God, it's worse than I thought, holy shit. And then it tailspins you, and then you have to come back to center, right? Like, anybody else experiencing that? I know it's not just me. Give me a little emoji if you can identify with this. The ups and the downs of dealing with a pandemic, the first one in our lifetime, right? First supposed one in our lifetime. There have been other flus and viruses that have gone all over the place and gone viral, but this one seems to be a pretty big one, pretty intense one, right? So there's ups and there's downs, and we're all over the place. Right now, I want to make sure that I'm live streaming correctly. Okay, I see some emoji. You can hear me, right? You can hear me and see me. Sometimes it gets slow. Okay, all right, you can hear me good. So, yeah, so there's ups and downs. And I have to remind you, because I have to remind myself to pull out of the fear and stop reading all the news, stop reading Facebook, and go into another zone, right? Because being aware of what is happening is important. Being aware that we are in a lot of illusion right now, not just with the coronavirus, but with the way the layers and the levels of reality are shifting. There's a lot of illusion. And we can do what we can do to be prepared, and y'all know how to do that. I'm not going to go into that. And then we can use this time wisely. So reroute yourself from fear, and use this time that we're all needing to be socially distancing from one another. Use it wisely. What are you going to do? What have you been wanting to do that you haven't had time to do, that you haven't made time to do? Whatever that is, put it on a post-it and make it happen. Instead of putting all your energy into the places it doesn't belong, the extra time that you have, and I know it's different based on where you're at in your life, if you have kids, if you don't, if you have to work, if you don't, if you're in crisis mode, that all matters. And if you have the time, which I know a lot of you do, direct your focus and your energy on where you want the next part of your life to go. And when you decide what you want to focus on, have some accountability for it and ask somebody to back you up so that you are actually going through or moving, following through with what you're committing to. All you healers out there who have been waiting for the right time to help other people, who've been waiting for the right time to take your work in the world, preparation time is over. Now is the moment. Now is the time. There will be no other time than this to start helping other people. If you're use this time, this couple of weeks off, to formulate a plan. If you need help in formulating a plan, contact me. I offer paid consults to help people get stuff in the direction where they want to go. So anyway, I didn't come on for that, but I can't help but to keep us focused in a good way, right? So what I came on here for tonight is to talk with you about an opportunity that we have to approach the coronavirus itself in a different way. And this is a unique perspective that other people aren't talking about because other people don't know how to do it, right? Shamanic perspective, for those of you who are shamanic students and understand shamanic ways, you understand that we have the opportunity to do things in a different way. We have a different viewpoint, we have a different angle, and Spirit gives us the bird's eye view. And what I'm going to share with you is not just for shamanic practitioners and shamanic students of mine, it's for everyone. I want to kind of pop the lid open on an opportunity that you have that you can take into your life starting right now that will change your relationship with what it is that you don't like. So let's take coronavirus. We are in a place right now where we're having a lot of fear response to this virus, right? I'm going to just check in with y'all. Yes, okay. We've got a lot of fear happening around this virus. We know that the fear doesn't help us. We're sending a lot of energy that is not necessary and not helpful to this virus and to people who are experiencing this virus. And let me just kind of reel myself back for a minute before I go into this next piece. Shamanic practice naturally encourages people to have relationships with the unseen realms. Shamanic practice encourages people to create relationships that go back and forth, in and out, ask and receive. And it's because of that that we get information that isn't always so readily available. So in the back and forth and the asking and receiving, we have an opportunity to learn new information. Now, most people who are shamanic practitioners are also animists. And an animist understands that there is a life force, an essence to everything. And if there's a life force and an essence to everything that's alive, then we can communicate with it. We can communicate with the water, we can communicate with fire, we can communicate with our spirit helpers in the invisible realms, we can communicate with our ancestors, we can communicate with the dead, we can communicate with the spirit of the land. If this sounds crazy to you, I promise you from my whole being that in a couple years from now, everyone is going to know this and going to be doing this. Because our technology, our spiritual technology is about to get an upgrade. So we can communicate with the spirit of anything. And we have a choice in communication. Think about, your regular everyday communications with people. You can have a friendly and open communication where you ask questions and have dialogue, or you can have a communication where you just kind of make a judgment and an opinion, and that's the way that it is. That right there is what we're doing with the coronavirus. We're having a judgment and an opinion, and that's the way it is, and we are afraid. Add that into the mix. So let's just reel this in, folks. What kind of relationship are we having with the coronavirus? I don't even have to answer that, right? We all know we're having a shitty relationship with the coronavirus. Do you want to change that up? Would you like to change that up? Would you like to have a relationship that's different? Because you can. And you can actually do this with a lot of things. You can do this with different illnesses. You can do this with things that you're afraid of. And by having a relationship, a different relationship with things that you're afraid of, or with the coronavirus, or whatever it is, it does not mean that you are encouraging it to grow. It means that you are coming into neutral and communicating in a different way. Therefore, you are sending energy to it in a different way. So what do I mean by that? Now, before I go on, I'm just checking in with y'all. I'm sure you can hear me. Anybody have anything they want to share? Let's see. Hey, Nancy. Yes. Nancy said the mama bear in her is on full alert, but she's keeping calm inside. That helps her to guide herself. Yes, absolutely. I had said in the beginning of this little episode here that we're all going back and forth between I got this, I'm cool, and we're just going to do all the right things. And then, holy shit, it's worse than I thought. What are we going to do? Totally normal. Let's see. Virginia, yes, you can communicate with the virus. You can communicate with anything that is alive. Everything has an essence and a spirit. So what am I really talking about here? How can we communicate with the spirit of a virus? I've heard some people saying like they wanted to communicate with it and find out more about it and find out what they need to know. You can do all that. Or what you can do is simply this. Take a neutral stance and say, hey, coronavirus, I know you're here. I know a lot of people are afraid of you. And I also know you've got some gifts to bring. So thank you for giving us the gifts, giving us the awareness that we need, and helping us to move into a better understanding of you. Thanks for giving us all the information that we need so that we can make really good choices for all of our people. I appreciate what you're showing me. I appreciate the message. Thank you for treating my people and my community kindly and for moving through the people with as much ease as possible. That's all you got to do. That's all you have to do. Right there, when you do that, I feel like I'm really talking with my hands a lot. When you do that, you are creating a different relationship with this virus. Whenever we go in with a communication, first of all, we encourage communication back. It's kind of like if you don't like somebody and you don't talk to them at all, you're not encouraging any kind of a flow. You're just sending resistance. So you're encouraging a communication back and you're encouraging a different relationship when you take this approach with the virus or with a disease or with a pain that you have in your body. That's the first thing. The second thing is gratitude, which I'm sure you all know. We're all supposed to be grateful. We're supposed to expand our hearts. Yes, absolutely true. 100% true. And gratitude ahead of time. And this is one of the secrets that no one's going to tell you about gratitude. Gratitude ahead of time helps to create the outcome that you want because it bridges you between where you are now and the future. So by offering gratitude to the coronavirus, I know some of you might think I am off my rocker, but I'm 20 years in and I kind of, I'm suggesting this because it works. Offering gratitude ahead of time creates a relationship with what it is that you want. So offering gratitude to the virus for the lessons that it's giving us, for going easy on the people, giving us what we need and moving on through is going to help that, which I just said, to happen with more ease. Now, if we could get everybody on the planet to do this, we would have probably vaccines, we'd probably triple our ventilators, we'd have everything that we needed. Chances are that this little video is not going to get to the millions of people who need to be doing this. But you people, right here with me, healers, way showers, teachers, guides, the ones who know that we can do this differently, I implore you to take this approach. Light a candle, write down exactly what I said or make up your own words, breathe, and offer this prayer. Offer this as a prayer. Or offer it however you want. Maybe that's too religious. I didn't mean it in a religious way. This will change your relationship with coronavirus, and it will pull on the strands of the web so that the rest of the world can have a different relationship with coronavirus. That's what I came on to share. It's simple, but it's super effective. And it's an approach that I use as a shamanic healer and a practitioner, as a teacher, with a lot of things. And if you know me, You know that I only suggest what works. I don't pull stuff out of nowhere and think it's a good idea. So this approach that I'm having, as crazy as it might sound, is not a new approach. It just might be a new approach for some. So who's willing to give it a try? I'm hopping on. I mean, what you think? If you're just popping on here, folks, I'm talking about communicating with the coronavirus. And you might be saying, ew, gross. But from a shamanic perspective, it's all about relationships. And when you offer a different interaction with something that you don't like, you break up your resistance to it. And we can do that on behalf of the planet. If you are a healer, a way shower, a guide, a psychic, whatever you are, and you know that something bigger is happening here, please join me in doing this. You've got nothing to lose. And we as a community, as a global community, as a collective, have everything to gain when the healers and the way showers show up in this way. All right, let's see. Anything else? Anybody want to say? Yes, Deborah, do it. You know exactly what to do, Deborah. Yeah. And Virginia is great. I'm awesome that you're there. Leah, cool, good, awesome. Yay. I'm so glad to hear it. It's going to change things. Yeah. That's what I came on to share. Thinking about doing a morning meditation tomorrow, at least, maybe for more of the mornings. We'll see how it goes. About 7:30 a.m. Eastern time to center us, set intention for the day, and to offer healing energy to the world. It won't be more than 15 minutes because who's got more than 15 minutes in the morning? So I'll keep it short and we can all come together and focus and have a little time to, or a little intention to start the day. How does that sound, folks? You up for that? Who's up at 7:30 a.m. Eastern time? That's what I want to know. All right. I so hope there's not a lag. I so hope that this live was not glitching. I really hope it wasn't glitching. But if it was, I'll come back and do it again. All right. So, yeah, you can feel free to leave questions in the feed of this video because it'll be up here forever. All right. Thanks, everybody. I hope that you have a beautiful night. And remember to offer gratitude virus for moving through with ease. All right, for anybody who wants to show up, Saturday morning, I will be offering a group 15 minutes. We'll keep it quick, 15-minute group meditation to set intentions for the day, get connected, and to send healing to the world. I will see you here live in this group, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, Monday, March 16th. Bye for now.